Hi lovelies, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please do hit the like button, subscribe button, and please do comment if you want me to review any more books. It would really mean a lot to me, and it would really encourage me to do a lot more videos. So let's get started. So the book which I'm going to review today is called The Last Thing Which He Told Me. This is by Laura D, and this is the cover. So I'll tell you one thing before I start the video. This is a good book. So two things. One is the rating and my overall opinion. Rating, I would give it around 3.5 out of 5, not more than it. I don't want to give it 4. It's not that great of a book. I would give it somewhere around 3.25 out of 5. Now the reason you'll find this book interesting, something really nice to read, even though it has less than 4 stars, is because of the ending. So instead of just going on the way, something like the hero should win, the villain must die, the heroine must be saved, the child has to be saved, women-centric, instead of that, there's something different in this climax. Instead of actually giving a climax saying the hero has won or the protagonist has won, this book actually gives a climax. In its climax, it gives importance to human emotions. More specifically speaking, instead of love, it talks about philosophy. Something like what makes us happy, what is the right thing to do when you're depressed. When you have multiple options, when something bad happens in your life or your family, when you have multiple options, what exactly should you be doing? So this book talks about that. Like, it's a very small thing, like the moment you choose your wife or money or your husband or your boyfriend or your profession or your mental health, so this option is more complicated. So the moment you make this choice, automatically what you have to do for the next 30 years is pretty straightforward. So this book, the narrator is in a trouble, and when deciding to when it comes to the last chapter, when she has to ultimately decide what to do, she takes an option. So instead of going for the winning option, she puts love above anything else. So this book's climax talks about something like, if you want to love someone, the biggest love which you can offer is keeping them happy, letting them do what they want. So this book is something like that, and it's a good ending. It's not a bad ending at all. So let's dive in. So there'll be no spoilers, like I said, but to talk about the book, if I have to talk about the first 2 chapters, I'll tell you, like, there are 2 keywords. Like, this is not a spoiler, this comes in the first chapter itself. The keyword is protect her. Literally says protect her. So throughout this book, in multiple chapters, this protect her word keeps on repeating, and this narrator actually then tells us in the final chapter why this word protector matters. So to give you a sense and or an idea, there is a protagonist. He all of a sudden he gets into some FBI criminal cases. There are some criminal cases against him: money laundering, cheating. FBI is against him, FBI is after him, the coastal guards are against him, the US Marshals are against him. So a lot is happening. He goes missing. So before going missing, the only thing what he does is he sends a letter to his current wife telling her to protect his daughter. So in that letter it is mentioned, protect her. Now it is not her daughter, it is her husband's first daughter. So to what lengths a stepmother will go to protect her stepdaughter? So this book talks about that too. So that's this very fragile relationship. Even if it's a biological mother, the relationship between a 15-year-old girl or a 16, 17-year-old girl and her mother is so difficult. I am a female. I remember how I was talking to my mother when I was 15, 16 years here she's a stepmother whom the girl doesn't like in the first place, and she is the world now. She's all that the girl has, and she has to protect the girl. So it's a very beautiful story. It talks about actual love. So I would highly recommend you read it. So before I walk out, I'll read some of my favorite highlights from this book. Not too many highlights. I think I have like 30 highlights. So some of the highlights are here. We were so removed from each other's actual lives. We told each other everything. Jules once compared it to how you confide in a stranger you meet on a plane. So here the narrator talks about her relationship with Jules, and this comes in the first few chapters itself, like the first 2 chapters. So I like the way they talk about friendship. Like we were so removed from 2 friends, even though they're so removed from each other's lives, like strangers, they still tell each other everything. So that is really nice. And yeah, another thing, it talks about Enron scandal. Like yeah, so they compare Enron scandal to the scandal the protagonist gets in. Like Max says, it's not dissimilar to what Enron did. They declared they were making all kinds of money on futures sales to keep the stock price running, to keep the stock price rising. So in this book, they also talk about how stock markets work and what is a scandal, what is money laundering. So if you want to know how to not get caught in a money laundering scam, especially in an IPO or a stock market, I think you should read this book. And yeah, this is nice. It says, maybe we are all fools one way or another when it comes to seeing the totality of the people who love us, the people we try to love. So this is the main theme of the book. They actually tell us what love is and how we interpret it and how we should interpret it and how we should love someone. So it's a really beautiful book. So I highly recommend you read it. And yeah. So that's one thing about Einstein, which says, so far as the theories of mathematics are about reality, they are not about certain. So far as they are certain, they are not about reality. Something for you to think about. I did think half an hour about it, then I stopped. Yeah, this is my favorite one. This is the thing about good and evil. They aren't so far apart, and they often start from the same valiant place of wanting something to be different. This is how world wars happen. This is how political leaders get into trouble. This is what we do always. So both the parties, even though for both the parties from their point of view, they are right, isn't it? So yeah, so I really like how often both the parties who are fighting with each other, especially international leaders, they start from the same valiant place of wanting something which is completely different. Yeah. We don't turn away from the parts of someone we don't want to see, however quickly or long it takes to see them. We accept them if we are strong enough, or we accept them enough to not let the bad parts become the entire story. So it's like when you love someone, you have to love them indefinitely. Not, if they have done something bad, no, you're not supposed to encourage that, like drugs and not respecting women or doing some criminal deeds. But in the past, if something has happened, to be honest, it's not going to stop your future love for them. Like when I say a scandal, or if they have not told you the entire difficult past before poverty or some money laundering or anything. So it's nice the way she puts it. We accept them enough to not let the bad parts become the entire story. It's a cute highlight. My grandfather used to say that most people don't want to hear the thing that will make it work better. So she was talking about solutions to her current problem when her husband is missing, as yes, and she goes on this strange journey, traveling to multiple cities across the country, trying to unravel what is her husband's past, why he did it, and what could be the solution to bring him back. And that time she makes this comment, my grandfather used to say that most people don't want to hear the thing that will make it work better. So this book also talks about a relationship between a grandfather and a granddaughter, a mother and a daughter, a stepmother and a stepdaughter, a husband and wife, and a father and daughter. It's a very good book. And so when she was going through all her options, she tells Jules, people usually don't want to listen to the option which will make their problems go away. People usually want to listen to the solutions which they want to implement, or solutions which is more close to them. But usually those solutions are the reasons why the problem happened in the first place. So this book talks about how to go about having a mindset to solve those solutions. And I hope you read this book. I hope you like this book. And do let me know in the comment section what other books you would like me to review. Thank you. Bye. Sweet dreams.